what's up? You know what? I think that's my go-to opening line now whenever we start these things. But yeah, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the Barcada Podcast, Episode 8. It's March 25th, 2021, and we are here with the First Lady of the Barcada Podcast, Miss Patricia Ambas. How are you?
I'm really, really good, and I'm super excited because this is the 8th episode.
Yes.
And we like the number 8. We chose that as our wedding day.
Yep.
8/8, 2009. And it is a special day, being March 25th, or as we like to call it, a 325.
325.
Because that is our dating anniversary.
Yeah, 16 years already. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you just aged me over here.
Every time we try to figure out how many years we've been together, we're always like, wait, is that right?
Is that really that many?
We have to double, triple check and make sure that, yep, it is, in fact. It has been
16.
that long. Yeah. Yeah, I think, things happen rather quickly, which is a good thing when we know what we want, right? We thought we knew what we want. We didn't know. We were kids in college yet.
Kids in college.
Yeah.
So I would say it started quickly, but then I feel like it took a long time, and then things happened quickly again, and then it took a long time to have kids. Like we
for sure.
Ebbs and flows.
Well, here's our rough version of how we met. Does it change every time we talk about it?
Probably.
Maybe. But this is our version today. We were trying to trace it back, and I believe it was late January, maybe early February of 2005.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And Patricia was in the Miss Oshkosh pageant, and she needed some work done with her music to get the song altered into her vocal range. So I was a recording tech at the time, and we had some mutual friends that were also participating in the pageant, and they're like, "Oh, you should call my friend Marlo. Like he can definitely hook you up."
So I got the phone number, and I called, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, I can help you with that. Here's my address. Just come over to my house." So I came over to his house, and I met him for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, looking back, it's kind of creepy. I went to some dude's house who I didn't even know.
You had
I was
friends.
legit in his bedroom.
We had mutual
where
friends.
his computer was.
We had roommates. Where else was I going to keep my stuff?
Okay. Sorry, you tell your version.
She showed up, and then we talked about what she was doing, and she showed me the song, and we played through the music, and then I'm like, okay, can you tell me how much or what vocal range do you feel comfortable in, or what key you feel comfortable in? And yeah, we're getting a lot of what she's doing right now.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
Nice. So we're like, okay, well, can you at least, sing so we can kind of figure it out?
This is the wrong story.
All right.
So he just said, I said, can you edit my music? I just need it lower. I sing alto, not soprano, or whatever it was. So he's like, yeah, I can do that. So
okay.
We didn't do any singing at all or anything like that. I left.
Oh, then I altered it.
Because remember, so then after that, we were chatting, because there was no text messaging really back then. So we were chatting on AOL.
AIM.
AIM.
Yep.
Bambi V02 over here.
I don't remember what I was. Was I
Flip
DJ MTA?
Yeah, that's
was
what
it?
it was. Yep.
Wow.
And so we were messaging on there, and then that's when he was like, hey, I didn't know you were into Jamie Cullum. And I'm like, who's Jamie Cullum? And he's like, that's the music you gave me. And I said, no, I did not give you that music. That's how I know that I didn't sing it or we didn't talk about anything.
Correct. Because then I was like, oh, wait, I didn't put your CD in. Somehow.
So it was his own CD that he was like, wow.
Somehow the file or whatever was mixed up. And then I'm like, oh, wait. Okay, I'll call you back. So then I took a listen to it, and then I made the alterations, and then we set up the next time for us to get together and work on the music, I guess, a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's when I sang to him, thinking I would never ever see him ever again. Oh my gosh, we're getting your food here. Ooh.
Live stuff. Thank you.
Yum. Look at this. Okay. I interrupt this love story to bring you 2 veggie lumpia and a Filipino pork skewer and a salmon skewer. The salmon is a teriyaki, and the Filipino is like, I don't know, goodness from the Philippines spread on there in love. It tastes delicious. And we have 2 different kinds of sweet and sour sauce, and we make all of our sauces are house made, of course, here. And so this one is a really good one that I love with the lumpia.
And I'm having a Chang beer for our anniversary, dating anniversary.
And we're also apparently advertising this sake back here that is in the way.
Yeah. Well, we're getting sidetracked.
Okay. So, love story.
Yep. So we got together and you sang.
And he did say way later, after we had been together, that it wasn't very good. But he let me go out on that stage and sing. Just the way it was.
It was in a much more approachable key for you.
At that time. Oh, yeah. And then that night they changed it, didn't they? Oh, night of the show they changed it. Anyways, I won't get into that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the story of how we met. And it's a lot more to it, but...
So mostly, though, that we got together because of the Miss Oshkosh and because of his talents were recommended. And we stayed connected because we had this little flub with, like, not getting the correct music. And then it turned into Jamie Cullum is, like, our song, like our
little soundtrack, yeah.
Yeah, like that became, you know how everyone has the song. Like, he became our song guy. And then because of that, we actually saw him in concert then.
Yeah, down in Chicago,
yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, on a school night.
Yeah.
Not like college school night, like when I was teaching school night. But that kind of started things off. And like you were saying, it was fast because we made things official on 325. So in between that time, you had gone to a different pageant with me in lacrosse.
Yep. I changed my spring break plans to South Beach so I can make it to her pageant.
Miss Oshkosh pageant.
I was like, you know what? If I really want to make a good impression on her, I want to be there for her.
Which I don't think I knew that at the time.
And I don't think we spent all but like 2 minutes at the pageant because you were there with your family, which is fine because we didn't,
Yeah. But we hung out afterwards.
Yeah.
Because that was like, I think the first time I went to Bison and
Elk.
Yeah, that place with you.
Yeah. That was our hangout
Yeah.
for sure. And a lot of other people's hangouts.
We were discussing in the car earlier today that it didn't feel like we went really fast, even though we just met end of January, beginning of February, made it official March 25th. It didn't feel really fast because we spent a lot of time with each other because, as you said, in college we have nothing to do. Like,
oh, sure.
Yeah.
We went on walks. Walks was our favorite thing to do. Mm-hmm. We walked around the river, and then we went to South Shore River Walk. It's not what it is right now, but there was a little lookout off the river there. We were kind of just paused there for a second, and I kind of looked at her and was just talking. I'm like, hey, so what are we? Like, are we dating? Nice. And yeah, we came to the conclusion that we were, so.
Yeah.
But she'll never believe it. But the very first time that I met her, and when she left, I'm like, I told a couple of my friends that were at the house at that moment, I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can go out with her.
I thought it was, I'm gonna marry her.
Okay, I'm gonna marry her.
That's the story. That's the story we like to tell the kids.
Yeah.
And he met me on the first day, and he said, "I'm gonna marry her."
It is true.
It's true.
Yeah.
And then I know. Sorry, we're getting along, making this lengthy. But your music recital was in April then, so like just a month later.
Oh, really? Yeah.
April.
My senior recital. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I don't remember like the exact date, but I remember like I went to your senior recital. You had a party at your house, and I met like tons of your family friends, and of course I had met your parents a few times before. And then the next day we went to Mass together, and I remember standing at St. Pete's in Mass, and I was like, I'm gonna marry him. Mm-hmm. So that's when I knew I was gonna marry you. 1 month in.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, man, I was probably pulling out all the stops then if my senior recital was that quick. it's like, oh yeah, now I can show off and play my violin and all that other stuff. And
You must have had that in motion before, though.
Of course.
Okay.
But maybe a little bit more inspiration with you out there. Oh,
and
another
remember,
thing. That was I had a ring. She gave me a ring from Satori's. I wore that thing forever.
yeah. So that's exactly what I was going to say. So on the night of his, he wore it on his right hand. And so then on the night of his, I think I gave it to you that day.
Yeah.
And then the night of the recital, he wore it. And it looked like a steel pan. It was so cool because the steel pan, Pandora's Groove, your band, was like a big part of our life as well. Mm-hmm. And so you wore that ring, and man, it just caught the light every single time he was playing his bow across.
Yeah.
And so I remember his dad asking about it, and I felt a little bit embarrassed. But I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird when you really like someone's son. I don't know how you explain it, right? And you just kind of stand there and you're like, yeah, I got it for him.
Nice. Did he ask where I got it from or something?
Yeah, he did. He's like, oh, I've never seen you wear that ring before.
Yeah.
And
I think when I introduced you to them, I said, this is Mama and Papa, which I never do. And I don't know what drew me to it at that time, because it was still pretty earlier on. Mm-hmm. Like, that was the first time they ever met you. Yeah. You know, so. And that's how you've known them ever since, so.
And Mom and Pop ever.
I think that's special.
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
So
that's a little bit about us.
Yeah, that's kind of a very abbreviated version, kind of, I don't know.
I elongated it some.
I'd imagine if we were asked to tell it again, it might be a little different, but still fun. Yeah, we should throw it out there. I think it'd be kind of fun because you brought up AIM. What's your handle? Or I don't even know. Screen. Did they call it screen name before?
Maybe it was screen name.
Maybe it was screen name. Back when things username, something like that.
Know.
But we'll throw something out on the Barracuda podcast, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Ask you guys what your screen name was.
Yeah.
when social media was much simpler, where you just had like a little brief bio on beneath, below, and then you can change the font color and the background color.
There's no pictures.
No. But yeah, all I got is that little sound bit stuck in my head now, like when you send messages and stuff. But
I don't recall that part.
yeah, it's fun. But there's so many different things now that we have, which is pretty cool. But
it's cool, but sometimes, man, you just kind of want to go back to those simpler days, right?
Yeah. So let's move on here. It's 3:25, and Baby Ambas is still in the oven. So sorry to all of you guys that had the dates of 3:25 or 3:25's not over yet.
Not over yet.
No, but any time earlier than that. So
I know I got a couple text messages like, "Did you have the baby yet?" And I said, "No, not yet." Oh, I really wanted that gift card.
yeah.
So I know. So just I think we're kind of wrapping up. Anyone, like, no one can really comment anymore, right? At this point.
I don't know. Baby's not here yet.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, our buddy Spike took some nice pictures for us, which is pretty cool. Cutting it short again, last minute, as baby's due date is on the 31st. But yeah, they turned out great. All you need is just a few good moments. But you know, when we were in the process of taking those photos, we're just like, okay, is there something here? Like, is there anything that we can use?
Kids were a little. It was a little chilly.
It was chilly, but
and Reginald was tired.
They had a long day at school, and then they're like, oh hey, was this even school day? It was a school day. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, thanks, Spike. I know we're gonna get you and Marley on here pretty soon. We're working on some rebranding with Never Films, and we'd like to share that with everybody once we get that together. So hopefully soon, next month, April, should be coming up here pretty quick. So yeah, we're excited for the new reveal of the new logo. You got a chance to take a peek at it, right?
I did. Can you hear me chewing?
No.
This is so good, guys.
They can see you chewing.
I know they can see me. It's really good.
Yeah.
No, the logo looked really good.
Yeah.
I didn't see the final version, but I saw the options, and that was fun.
Yeah.
So
I don't think we'll see the final versions until Spike comes up with a final decision there. So
dun, 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 dun.
soon, narrowing it down. but like what we see so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we wrap things up and then?
I can take some more bites of this food.
Yeah, we'll take a little bit of a break here, so Patricia can have a little bit of her food, and then we'll get back to some Osh talk. We got a lot of cool events coming up here, and yeah, we'll see you in a little bit.
Excellent.
What's up, American Outlaws? It's Marlo from the Oshkosh chapter in Wisconsin, chapter number 199. Now, 2020 has been pretty crazy, to say the least, and it's been ages since we've been able to get together to watch a match. Like this. Or like this. Now, collectively, the American Outlaws have not been organizing any in-person viewing parties. Well, for one, the pandemic hasn't allowed for any matches to be scheduled, but thankfully for us, they're starting to get scheduled. What does that mean for our chapter? We'll be creating a virtual viewing party, and we'll be sharing the link on our Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram. So what else does that mean for us? Green's Porthouse has offered to give us 10% off all of our orders on match day. So let's show our support for our home pub by hopping online, checking out their menu, giving them a call, and placing an order before the match. A big thanks to Bobby Green and his team for always taking care of us, and we can't wait to get back to the Green's Poorhouse to watch the games with you guys. So the next time that there's a men's or women's match, give Green's Poorhouse a call for a takeout order and join us online for our virtual viewing party. From all of us at AO Oshkosh, we cannot wait to get back together to cheer on our U.S. soccer teams. Stay safe out there, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon.
We are back at Manila Resto. Beautiful Thursday evening. 325.
3, 2.
March 25th, 2021. Episode 8 with Patricia Ackerman Ambas. I don't know why I say Patricia Ackerman Ambas.
Because I'm like a celebrity. You always have to say celebrities' names, the whole name, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, the first song again that we've played here at Manila when we opened up our doors is on. Awesome.
And it played last time I was on, too.
Yeah, right on cue. Yeah.
You've got talent.
Yeah. So let's talk about Osh Talk. What's coming up here? Voting is coming up on April 6th. That's an important day. Early voting has commenced. So if you guys are looking to do that, be sure to grab your ballots and submit them into City Hall. Voting is such a great privilege that we have being here in the States.
Yeah. And I really liked when you had Chris on. Was that last week, the last episode?
Yep.
And, he just said, like, the whole goal is just vote, get out and vote. Like he said, I don't care who you vote for, just get out and vote and show up and represent that, we have that privilege. And so you might as well exercise that right.
Yeah. And, if you want to be a part of the change, the best place to start is locally.
There we go.
Yeah.
You said it.
So, yeah, again, April 6th coming up, 2 weeks already. Wow, that's crazy. We're already towards the end of March, right?
Like we said with that baby talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, towards the end of March.
Looks like there's a lot of cool things happening up this weekend, so hopefully we can get this episode up and running for you guys soon.
Yeah.
Unless baby comes tonight. I don't know. We'll see.
Tonight.
But, yeah, you want to take this one?
I do, because you had Danny on. Was that episode 6?
6. Yep.
Episode 6, Danny Dravic was on, and so his partner, Elle McBell, she's also in Copperbox with him, of course. So Elle McBell will be performing this weekend on Saturday, and Danny also is playing. Then he's like her.
Sure.
Her acoustic, would you say, or what?
Well, it depends on what kind of setup
Whatever
they have.
she needs, right?
Yep.
So they'll be performing there. So I like that we had kind of done a little teaser mentioning them, and that we will get both of them on sometime soon. But that so that's this Saturday at Vines and Rushes, and she'll be performing from 2 until 5 p.m. So get out there. She's always a good time. It's really fun to see her.
Yeah. What's the weather supposed to be like?
I don't know. Fingers crossed. I'm sure there's.
Either way, they'll find a spot to play there.
Yeah. Ooh. Is it typically outdoors?
I'm not sure about, especially like this time of year.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be 52, chance of rain.
There we go.
So I'm guessing it's probably inside. But yeah, either way, fun times. Also, this Saturday at the Time Theater, there's a little movie that our little boy Reginald would love to see. And that's
Transformers.
Transformers, right?
He's so obsessed with Transformers right now. Super obsessed. And this is the 1987 film.
Oh, so you're saying it's like the like OG, like classic one?
Like classic cartoon.
Oh, nice.
One. Yeah.
Solid.
So it is at 7 p.m. We are expecting a baby, so I don't predict that we'll be there. But if you can be there, why not? It's a free event. Someone donated donated it. Whoever is a fan of this movie donated it, and the concession stands are cash as usual. Masks are to be worn, but obviously if you're eating some food, you just pull down your mask and put it back on.
Or you can come to Manila Resto beforehand or afterwards.
Look at that little plug you did there. I like how you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just right around the corner. This is all part of that downtown area, and so the Time Theater has been a big part of the community for a long time, and so it's fun that they do these free events, community events, and so on Saturday is one to get to, the Transformers, 7 p.m.
For sure. And then over at Menominee Nation Arena, the Eli Young Band is performing. I honestly can't say I know too much about them, but like Amy said, our friend over at the CVB said, like, any live music right now is great at this point. Like, being able to go see live music somewhere, and we also did just hear that the council just approved Waterfest, so that'll be taking place this summer.
Perfect.
I don't know when the start date is going to be, but, with that's a big hurdle that, they had to go through in terms of just making sure that it's safe for people to for people to get out there and
that's
do
tricky.
Live music, so but
I think we're taking those steps towards that time, right?
For sure. And it's an outdoor venue, and science have shown like it's probably a lot safer to be in that kind of a setting versus indoor.
Yes.
But it's Waterfest. Like, Waterfest is very much Oshkosh, and it has been for a very long time, So we're excited to get that back going again this year because we missed out on it last year. On our way in, too, shout out to the Running Water City. It's a running group. We saw them on the way here over at Fifth Ward Brewery.
Yeah. Which one's the applause?
Nope. Oh, my gosh.
Hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Running Water City. Way to go. Way to go.
It's a group that gets together on Thursdays, and at 6 p.m. every week. So they have a 4 to 6 mile-ish route that they have mapped out and stuff. So it's mapped out in a way that if 4 to 6 miles is too long for you, you can always cut through the path or whatever, and just still make your way back to the launch point. So it's cool.
Really cool.
Like all running levels are welcome. I remember when we had our first one here at Manila, it was super cold. It was freezing. It was like, I think it was negative 20 or 30. I don't know, something insane. Like runners are insane anyways, because we run in any weather. It doesn't matter. But I think after that point, we're like, okay, maybe if it gets to a certain point weather-wise, maybe we should just postpone it or, not do it. But as the Norwegians say, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothes. But there is bad weather for running. extreme running. But yeah, no, it's a fun group. Just like Slow Roll Oshkosh, like they feature different places throughout town. Fifth Ward, like would have been a fun place to start. Maybe not start, but finish having a beer, afterwards after the run. So, but yeah, it's a group of people that just like to get together, run, do something, explore the community and support another local business here in town. Yeah. What's up next? Ooh, there was news of a new pavilion going up at the Lakeshore Park. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
I can't remember what site it was that I saw it on, if it was the Oshkosh Herald or the Oshkosh Examiner, but there's lots of news outlets that were sharing, pictures and renderings of this new place, so who knows what the plans are going to be, if it's just going to be a place that they can have to, for people to rent out or just people just to hang out, along the river there. Like, it's going to be cool because it's going to be, it shows that it's right along, like, the Riverwalk there, right in front of Oshkosh Corp.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be very easily accessible by that trail. I don't think it's deep enough for docks to be there.
There never has been before.
Yeah.
Least, right?
So I don't know. Maybe down the road they'll do something. That'd be kind of cool.
Nice changes, right?
For sure. Speaking of Oshkosh Corp, just a little shout out to Wilson Jones on his upcoming retirement on April 2nd. He served on. Hey, there it is.
Let's applaud that.
He's been with the company now for 15 years, so that's quite something. And he was a very big part of keeping and wanting to keep Oshkosh headquarters here in Oshkosh.
Oshkosh.
And the ripple effect that it'll have for years to come is going to be very apparent, and it's great for the town, the city, and surrounding communities, because there's so many other cities and townships and stuff that have connections with Oshkosh Corp. When it comes to like production, helping out, like even you might not even think about like certain things that go into these trucks that we have, like these little shoot companies that are providing those services and products for them, so yeah. What else is up, Patty?
Well, did you want to talk about the museum? Like,
yeah,
we haven't been there, but like every time we drive past, we see the big Star Wars exhibit at the museum here in Oshkosh.
Yeah, no, we should take the kids there sometime. And I know Tim and Nate wanted to go sometime too, so we'll have a lot more to talk about once we go and visit it. But we were talking about different events that we could host downtown, and one of them was to be like a Star Wars type of theme. I don't know too many more details about it other than that it's going to take place in May. So
coming soon.
Be on the lookout for that. I'm sure Jesse will get some more information out there here pretty quick, so we can get other businesses to participate and just spread awareness of all things Star Wars here in Oshkosh.
And it's super fun. Our kids haven't even watched the movies, but they there's different cartoons, like the Legos cartoons will do like Star Wars themes, and so they know about that. The other day, Reg, last night, when kids go to bed, they say the funniest things, right? Like their brains are just sleepy, and like all of a sudden they have these random questions, and he goes, "I wonder what Darth Vader eats." And I said, "Well, isn't he a person? I think he just eats food, like regular food, like anyone." I don't know.
Skewers.
There you go. Oh. So anyways, even if you're not like a huge Star Wars fan, you can still like, you know, there's so much that's recognizable because it's so much a part of like pop culture and things like that.
For sure.
That it's a fun time for anyone, family-friendly event, adults, anyone can join in on obviously going to the museum, but then when we have that upcoming event coming,
yeah,
it'll be fun.
No, one of my favorite things too, over at House of Heroes when they do Free Comic Day, shout out to them, and people really get into it, and they dress
so
like
fun.
their favorite like comic.
And we have
characters.
like that window right there, Manila. Like we look at the side entrance of House of Heroes, where that line wraps around the building because everyone is waiting to get their comic. And it's so fun. We had...
They're like, oh, there's Chewie. Oh, there's the Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
You know, oh, then there's Darth Vader. You know.
So we had it one day, I don't know what we were doing, but we were inside, and the kids just could not keep themselves stopped from pressing their noses against the glass and just watching everyone. And then a Spider-Man, right? A Spider-Man came up and, like, kind of interacted with them for a while, and Reginald will still talk about it, and Evelyn, too. Mm-hmm. So it's really fun.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's getting warmer out, too. So that means, well, I think we're about a month away or two. When does Farmers Market start downtown? Is it June or is it May? We can look that up.
You know what? Other people know this right off the top of their head. They do.
Yeah, but...
I'm not other people.
We've seen some good traffic over at the arena whenever we make our way to downtown on Saturday mornings, too. I know they have some market action going on there. Another thing to talk about over at the arena, there's a new basketball league starting. It's a semi-pro basketball league. I don't know how many teams are there right now for the inaugural season, but it's pretty cheap. Like, if you wanted to go watch a game, like, I think you pay $8 a ticket, and then you can watch
Madison?
No, it's here in Oshkosh.
Oh.
Yep. So I believe that this is the home base for it. Maybe it travels around. But yeah, hoops, Oshkosh hoops. There's a whole bunch of basketball going on here in town, which is awesome.
I know we really miss going to those herd games. Every time they'd pop up in like my Facebook memories or things like that, I'd get all nostalgic.
Yeah, for sure. What did you find out?
So the farmers market is June to October.
Okay.
So you were spot on for that. The winter one that was in November to January, and so then the spring one, the one that's held at the Menominee Nation Arena, that one does go through till April. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I did see that there's a craft show that's going to be hosted there as well. So I don't know if that's at the same time as the correlating around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a craft show that'll be at the Menominee Nation Arena too, which I like craft shows. Those are always fun. So we just always have so many things going on in town. How do you keep up with everything, right?
I know. Like, we're pretty much on the verge of just a crazy this summer I think it'll be pretty crazy too, with just a whole bunch of things going on locally, worldwide. Like, we're, speaking of, AO Oshkosh, like, there's going to be a lot of soccer matches that we could be getting together for or just rooting for virtually or whatever it is. Like, the Olympics are happening. There's World Cup qualifying. There's a lot of things that were put off an entire year. I can't even imagine, like, the training that those Olympians have put in, because it's seriously down to an extreme science where they're like, okay,
peak.
You peak at this right moment, and then just have to go back and just reset and then go do that, for another entire year. It's quite the process, but they do what they do and they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I love it, right?
World class.
I love the sport.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap things up. I know that we're flying through this episode rather quickly, but it's
I want to have a baby tonight.
Yeah.
So
she wants to have.
I said, let's make this short. I'm gonna have a baby tonight.
She wants to have a baby. Let's make that clear. She wants to have a baby. Not.
Did I say something else?
No.
I think you interpreted
it was
something
funny.
else.
Like,
I think.
But you're like snapping. You're like, oh.
Wow. It's a baby. She's gonna come tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Right on. Well, we'll wrap things up here in just a minute. We'll show you the monthly specials for March one last time, because we got some new ones coming up in April.
Yes.
All right. We'll be back in just a moment for Manila Beats.
Woohoo!
Man, you're going to be in the running here with Tim.
I got to figure out these other ones on the break here.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Sarah with Manila Resto, and I'm here to tell you about our monthly specials for March. First, we have our drink special, Irish Waters. It's time to get festive with our Irish Waters, featuring blue carousel, pineapple juice, Jameson, and sour mix. Find yourself taking in the sights and sounds with this drink special. Our sushi special this month will be the Sushi Bake. Chef Ninoy keeps up with a new Asian sushi trend and brings the Sushi Bake to you. The Sushi Bake begins with a layer of sushi rice, then followed with your choice of freshly diced salmon, red tuna, or white tuna, mixed with spicy mayo. Then, to top things off, we add fresh avocado, cucumber, sesame seeds, eel sauce, and spicy mayo. The Sushi Bake is then put in the oven and baked, served with nori sheets for you to scoop up all that goodness. Our Filipino special this month is the pork belly curry. We take our classic curry recipe and combine it with our hearty deep-fried pork belly. The pork belly curry is served with potatoes, carrots, and bell peppers. Want to make it spicy? No problem. We can make it hot just for you. See you at Manila Resto soon. Mabuhay!
Okay.
All right, we're back for the Manila Beat, episode 8, with Patricia Ackerman Ambas.
Wait.
There she is. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thanks for letting me come here again.
Oh, for sure. I'm glad we're here, doing this because it's a special day for us.
It's like our date.
It is our date. We have to schedule things.
Otherwise, it does not happen.
Yeah. Hey, you want to do a podcast? We can talk.
We got drinks. We're talking to each other.
Hey.
I got to correct you on our story.
Yeah. We'll have to do it again next year.
We'll see how different it is. Compare notes.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got.
Oh! Before we get into it, what do you think of our monthly specials for March? We have the Irish Waters,
Which Reginald repeats quite often, and I think it's hilarious.
We had some fun trying to name it because it was blue, and we had some Jameson in there, so we wanted to give our homage to Ireland, with it being St. Patrick's Day in March. And I think one of the ones that was in the running was Irish Oceans. See, try to say that.
Irish Oceans. That's tricky.
See, say it again.
Irish Oceans.
Yep.
Irish Ocean.
Now roll the R.
Irish Oceans. I can't do it.
Maybe not that much, but so. No, I'm gonna try Irish Oceans. Like it's much
Irish Oceans.
Irish Oceans, right?
Wow,
It's
nice brogue
really?
there. Nice Irish brogue.
It's much easier to say. So I think the Irish were onto something.
Did you know
the
that
Irish.
in English? So I took a phonetics course one time as part of my English degree, and in Old English, like we originally did roll our R's, and it just kind of drifted away as the language evolved. But we did roll our R's.
Our R's.
Our R's.
Our R's.
And now we have both kids can roll their R's, and I'm super pumped. Evelyn's been able to do it for quite a while, and Reginald hasn't. But then he was making different transformer noises, like we were talking about the time theater, right? And then I said, Reginald, that's it. You're rolling your R's, like you're doing it. And he's like, I am. So that was really fun that he didn't know that he was doing it, even though we've been trying to get him to do it for a while. So.
Yeah. Irish Waters. That's our drink special for the month.
Yeah, I haven't had it. Can't say much about it, but the name sticks.
That was fun, right?
Yeah.
And then for our sushi, we had the Sushi Bake, which actually you can have. And I'm surprised you didn't want to have it. A little different.
Yeah. I can't control what the baby wants. And so when you asked me at that moment, I didn't want it.
Yeah.
Right now, I would probably go for it, but
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll try it
I'll
next
have
week.
to get it in before the date change.
Sure.
Or, I wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I can get what I want anyways.
Oh, we can hook it up. Yeah. No, it's a sushi trend that Kureninoy, came up with that he was following it, what's going on over in Asia. And so far, the people that have had it, really enjoy it. It's definitely something different. It's, diced up. You have a choice of either diced up salmon, red tuna, or white tuna. And we rest it on top of a bed of sushi rice and then mix it with freshly sliced avocado, cucumber, with eel sauce and spicy mayo. So
That sounds good.
and then we also have some sheets of nori that you can use to scoop the ingredients into it and then eat it. You know, like a little mini wrap, if you will. You know, so it's fun. It's different, but yeah, people, guests that have tried it like really enjoyed it. So
Yeah, I think it's fun when people think, "Oh, no, I don't eat sushi," right? Like that. Like
Sure.
you don't even know what all is out there, people. Come on, give it all a try. Like there's so
Yeah.
many different things, and I like that you're trying different things. And
yeah,
you know, one of the other fun things is that when you get a special that is on demand over and over and over
Yeah.
again, then it ends up making its way into the menu. So it's fun to see what comes onto the menu that
sure.
was a special before. And we'll see if this trend picks up in Oshkosh big enough to make it stick on the menu.
yeah. Okay, what's that?
The ribs.
Well, we'll share that in a minute.
Is that April that I got?
That's April. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But you got a sneak
I
peek.
got to try it.
You know that, so. Let's see here.
Oh, it's the curry.
I got distracted here. Papa's
curry.
messaging about the kids. But yeah,
The
pork belly curry. So we take our classic Filipino curry and mix it with our lechon kawali. A little redundant right now, but we got time to share with you. They just watched the special video because Sarah described
yeah.
it, but it's yummy. It's good. It's one of those heartier curries because of the pork belly, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's a nice sharing dish. Personally, I think it's a nice sharing dish.
Yeah.
Like if you and I wanted to share it, like I think that's perfect size and the amount, you know. So
I just like our curry flavor.
yeah,
I like that it tastes like curry. I'm not a big fan of spice. And
Sure.
So I just get it like the curry. And then you like spice, so you get your spicy.
Yep.
And so I love that that's the option. That's what it is here, is that
Yeah.
you can get it in different levels. And
For
our
sure.
curry is just good curry flavor. So I just like curries.
I think this is a good opportunity for us to let people know that if you know about like an item that we don't have on the menu currently, it doesn't hurt to ask or let us know ahead of time to see if we can do something for you. You know, like the pork belly curry, like those are two items that we will always have here
Always
in
have
house.
on hand.
You know, so I mean that's something you can almost ask your bartender or server, be like, hey, can you whip up the pork belly curry for us? You know, like yeah. Totally. It's like one of those cool like secret menu things, right?
Yeah.
Like when you go to In-N-Out
Ooh,
out west,
that one's got all
you're
the
like, well,
secrets.
I want it animal style, you know? It's not listed on the menu like that, but if you know about it, I think everyone knows about it. Or everyone should know about it.
I didn't know about it till you ordered it, and I was like, oh.
Yep.
I wasn't aware that In-N-Out was that big of a thing.
Well, yeah. It's
We had a fun time when we were there.
it's a big thing. Big thing in my life.
Whenever you can get out west.
So I'm always like, whenever introducing someone out there, or if I go out there, like, you know, Wendy, when we went out there for the nightclub and bar convention, like, oh, we need to go to In-N-Out. Like, why? Like, we need to go to In-N-Out. So we went there like probably two, three times, two times at least.
I think
So,
that's what people say about Oshkosh, right? When they come to Oshkosh, they're like, well, we have to go to Manila. We have to go to Manila.
yeah,
Of course.
right? But yeah, a little insider information for all of you guys that are listening. The ribs are back tomorrow. Not tomorrow. April. I got a little excited there, I guess.
We're excited. I know. I did get to taste test them so that you could make your pictures and your videos. And gosh, they're good.
That's right. We were here on Saturday filming it because we were anticipating Baby being here very soon. So we wanted to get ahead of the game so we can have it ready to go.
Baby liked the ribs.
Yeah.
I like the ribs.
Yeah.
We all like the ribs.
Nice.
The kids like the ribs.
Lots of people.
Are these the Atimonan ribs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing the pork ones this time. I think we alternate between the pork and beef. I don't know which one I like better. I think they're both equally good. Do you remember having the beef?
No.
No. Well, shoot.
I'm thinking, but
Yeah.
I don't. You just give me that sauce, and I'm just good with the sauce. I
Sure.
don't care what you put it on. I will eat it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm eating. I'll eat it. It tastes delicious. We should put that on sushi. Oh, maybe that's a pregnancy thing. Never mind. You can disregard that.
That's also on the secret menu, so feel free to ask your server or bartender about that.
Can we get barbecue sauce on my
Yeah.
on my sushi?
Speaking of menus, we are in the process of finalizing a newer, updated menu. We have some cool new things coming. A friend, Jordan, shout out to Jordan down in Fond du Lac. Like, she made a suggestion about something. We need to have something with pickles.
Besides the katsu sliders?
Besides our katsu sliders. So I'm like, all right, well, let's do katsu deep fried pickles. And we'll be serving that with spicy mayo. And it's a really good combination. So that's just one thing that you'll get a sneak peek of the menu. Oh, okay, I'll do another one.
Evelyn would love this right now. She loves, like, just give me another spoiler. Give me another spoiler.
Yeah. Sisig dumplings. We did that for Restaurant Week last year, and we've been meaning to put that on our menu. So the time has come. We'll be putting that on there. It's super good. A curation that Chef Nina had put together. So
if you had it during Oshkosh Restaurant Week last time, be sure to tell your friends. Like, now it's officially on the menu. You don't have to have that one special week. Like,
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
It's not yet, but like when our menu comes
soon.
out.
We're shooting for April. So soon. Very soon.
Yeah.
But it's yummy. Like, you have your choice of either pork or tofu. Both are really good.
Can I make a segue here?
Yeah, sure.
So we were just talking about the Atimonan ribs, which Atimonan is more your dad's side of the family. And so that came back. We mentioned one of his other cousins who helped us with the Chef Ray, who helped us with the sushi startup, and he's from Atimonan, where Papa's from. And it just kind of clicked in my brain because Marlo was recently interviewed again. I feel like you've been interviewed so often these last few months. He was interviewed again on NBC.
Yeah, Channel 26.
Okay.
Green Bay.
Yeah, and he was talking about how the restaurant is mostly the influences from his mother's side, and like his mother's province, and that's where Chef Ninoy is from, that same province up there. And so this dish that's coming out in April is the nod to your dad's side and more of those flavors of the southern part of the Philippines. And so
the southern part of the northern island.
to be exact, right? Like not south, but the southern part of the northern island. There we go. So it's fun to be able to see how you have both sides of the family being able to get their culture in, even though it's Philippines. Like, think of meat and potatoes up north versus your collard greens down south, or chicken and waffles down south, right? Like, same parts, but you still have different flavor influences. And so that's kind of what got to come together here as well. So are you able to, like, put a link to that NBC News thing that you did?
Yeah, I'll definitely share it on both pages, you know.
Because it was kind of fun.
And then even the one from Channel 5 was fairly recent too. Just starting to talk about, reopening to more of a different capacity for guests and stuff, and having events coming back to town, and how big of an impact they have on restaurants, businesses in general, So those are all cool things that I think people are getting super excited about, us included. Everyone should be.
As long as it's safe, right? Like, we're not trying to be preemptive about anything. We want it to be done in a safe way, but we think that we've learned a lot, and there's more people getting vaccinated, and we think that we've got steps in place, and like just like that, the takeout sushi kit. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, that's another example of how can we help the community get what they want, but get it in a safe way. And so I love that you came up with that idea. And I know we've talked about our sushi kits before, but they're so fun. And actually, this morning, I get to do the drop-off in the mornings now that I've been home here. And a little guy walks by, and Marlo says, "Hey, how was your sushi kit the other night?" And he was like, "It was good." And then his mom's like, he would have eaten all the sushi. We could have gotten 4 more kits for him. And so, I don't know, elementary age student, and he was just loving the sushi kits. So it just goes to show, like, his family was able to have a friendly, fun activity, and he got to do it. Parents got to do it. It's good for everyone, and it's something that if you're not comfortable coming in, we can come out to you, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I love how we've expanded our reach in terms of providing the delivery services and stuff for people. That was not on our radar at first. We're like, oh my gosh, that's such a big undertaking. But now that we've gotten into it, I think we've got a good system in place, and looking at just really improving our craft in that aspect, and just making sure that we're taking care of our guests like we would be taking care of them as if they were here, like I guess that's the biggest thing though. Like if you're here at the restaurant and we forget something, like, oh, let me just go run back to the kitchen or to the bar and grab it for you, so we're doing, we're learning, like, unfortunately, like there are going to be some learning moments there where it just helps us push to be even better and learn from our mistakes and just be better, like I said.
And mistakes will happen, but I do think you're right that you want to control as much as you can about the experience, and oftentimes when you're going through third-party things and there's different deliveries and all of a sudden the food is delivered a lot later than you thought it would, like quality, it just is harder to control. And so when you look at how can I give my guests the best experience, how can I give our community what they want, that was why we went to doing our own delivery service. And so, yes, it was a learning curve, and it kind of seemed like that big, giant mountain to have to climb. And it is just easier just saying, never mind, I'm not going to worry about that. Like, let the third parties take care of it.
Yeah.
But when you were looking for how can I best serve our people, that was the solution.
I mean, the third parties, like Food Dudes and Eat Street, like they serve their purpose. Like they helped us out, along the way and stuff. But
Definitely.
We just were ready to head into a different direction, and we felt like we could handle those things on our own, So
if you didn't know, you can order directly through Manila.
Yeah.
Directly through us to get delivery now.
Yeah, you can call us directly, 920-230-1082, or visit us at manilaresto.com, and there's a link or a button there that you can click on to place an order. Open right now, Tuesdays through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So those are our available hours for delivery. Otherwise, the kitchen is open until 9 o'clock on Fridays and Saturdays here at the restaurant. So, yeah, lots of stuff. Lots of good stuff.
Always.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a nice little segue into, like, as we're talking about the menu. When we first opened up, Patricia was a very integral part in terms of getting our menu together and getting our story behind the menu together. And that was one of your favorite things, right?
It was, because it is storytelling. And I got to ask your mom so many questions, and I talked with your dad, and I would research things online, and it was just really fun. Even I was messaging like your cousins and aunts, and
because Marlo didn't know anything.
Well, I think it's one of those things where you're in it.
Yeah.
When you're in it, you're in it. But I was like this outside perspective. Well, why do they do it like that? Or that sounds like a word I know in Spanish. Like, why is it this way? And so I had the different vantage point where I didn't grow up with it, and everything was new and interesting to me. And so I was really curious about it. And so I like to tell stories. And I remember, like, when I was working with our editor on the menu, and I'm like trying to fix the grammar and trying to like add in different words, and he like looks at me and he's like, we are not writing an essay, like this is a menu. And I'm like, but I want it to like just be perfect. And he was like, they will understand what it means. We need less words, simple is better on a menu. So
yeah, shout out to Mark and Kelly.
Yeah,
Hot operator.
It was fun working with them.
We gotta get them on here sometime.
Learned a lot from them.
Yeah, no, they're certainly pros at what they do, and like that was the thing. Like when we first opened up, like they helped us guide us into the direction that we needed to be, because they knew what they're doing.
Yeah, kind of like when you had Chris on last week, where we are willing to listen to the experts who know what's going on and know what they're doing and how to have the best restaurant. And so we were super open to learning at the beginning. And so I learned a lot about the menu, put a lot into it, which then led into my favorite part when I was working here it wasn't necessarily the bartending or serving tables, but I loved hosting because I could greet everyone, and then I got to take them on this little trip of Manila, and I got to walk them through the menu and tell them all the different stories, and it did take me a long time to seat guests just because I had so much to say to them, but they were always really appreciative of it, and I think it gave them a little bit more of a buy-in to it because it is something new, and here I was saying like, here's what I've learned, and then sharing it with them. It comes from my husband's family, and all of this really cool stuff that I think made it a bit more approachable because by the time I get done with the menu, I'm like, I know this is a lot of information because it is. Like, it's a new, overwhelming menu for you. if you're not familiar with the Filipino foods. But I do think our layout is really well done, and the descriptions are well done, so that you can read it on your own. But that was my favorite part, was walking people through the menus, so that they got to kind of go on a food trip.
Yeah. Like,
Enjoy.
what did John say? If you can't afford a vacation, just come here.
There we go.
But speaking of what's on the menu, we should elaborate a little bit more about that little trip to the Philippines, what
Let's
it really
talk
means.
about that. Did you see that on a menu before? Cultural trip, cultural vacation in the Philippines.
Oh, I wish we had one by. But anyways, it's a little thing that was suggested to put on there just for fun. Just it's a conversational starter. But it's also one of those things too, where if someone really wanted to go and do it, then we'd be ready to go. So
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those things where it's priced a little outrageously
Because you get us.
because you get us.
And because really, I don't think anyone will ever take it. We've had like a couple people that were like semi-serious,
Yep.
but no one's actually followed through with it. So I can't wait.
And I've
for
always
the
joked
first-
around with them like, okay, what are you drinking again? Like, what can I get you? Like,
Feed them more drinks until they purchase it, huh?
yeah,
You accept credit cards, right? Shing.
yeah. But the whole thing is, if someone did want to go with us, like we would absolutely show them like the best time that they could possibly ever have. Having us as guides to the Philippines.
And his family connections. Like, that's
Yeah.
really where it's at. When people know where to go and know what to do, we still come in as tourists, obviously.
Sure.
But with his family connections, that's clinched. They know all the best restaurants, and they've got the connections to the people and the local celebrities and different things like that. So I do hope someone takes us up on that offer. I do think also we'll have to make sure this happens in the printing, because I do believe the kids' names are added into it, right?
Yes.
And so right now it just says Evelyn and Reginald, and so then that third baby name will be added to it. We'll keep the price the same. Okay.
Yeah. For the first year, because she can fly for free.
And then
Then it gets bumped up, right?
yeah.
Oh man, can't wait to get back there.
been a
But
while.
things are trending. Hopefully, maybe next year we can make our way over there. So yeah, if anybody's interested, let us know. But yeah, it's meant for fun. Like there was somebody that left a review or something about like, oh my gosh, I can't believe these people. Like, why would they ever put that on their menu? Like, are these guys serious? Like, they're charging that much to go to the Philippines? But
You can find a cheaper price. Yes, you can. It's just priced again outrageously because it's more of a conversation piece, and you get us.
Yeah. No, and it would be super fun, and it would be outrageously fun.
Outrageously priced, outrageously fun.
Yeah. Rock. Did you want to talk anything more about the menu and the process and what you enjoyed about it, or you pretty much got into it, right?
Yeah, I think those were the basics. That was the basics, but even everything from having the desserts on a separate card, but then adding the teas on the back side of it so that you had that as handy access. And we started out with like the big thick books, and they're beautiful, gorgeous, like bamboo, like the tan bamboo woven kind of books with Manila embossed on the front cover. Like, they look so nice. And then again, they were heavy, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4 pages at least.
Yeah.
Square pages. And
Well, it's one of those things too. Like we're a far different restaurant setting wise than when we first started.
a bit more formal.
Yeah, before like we had these big leather chairs, and
White
then like you
linens.
said, like the books were also a big part. So when you walk into a restaurant and you are brought that book, you're like, wow, you
Yeah.
know. So we wanted to, as we evolved, like we made things a little bit more approachable for people by having that single
One sheet.
one sheet menu, flip
Back-
side,
yep.
and and Mark and Kelly made it work. It looks really nice and doesn't look too crowded, in my opinion. So yeah.
So yeah, it has a lot of the menu items.
I have to go grab a menu. Sorry, 1 second.
When he was talking before about how you could get what you need if you call ahead or things like that, we used to have a soup on the menu called the sinigang, and it's, oh my goodness, it is not anything like an American palate, I think, ever has. But it is so good. It's like a sour soup. I don't, like, even saying it, that's not the right thing, but there's pork in it, and then, what are the greens that are in the sinigang? Mustard greens?
Yes.
I think so. I don't know. It is such a good soup, and we had it, but because it is such a Filipino soup, whereas like when we say like pancit molo, which is a dumpling soup, or miso, like the Japanese-based soup, like a dumpling soup, and the Japanese soup is much more well-known and approachable, so that the sinigang, it didn't have enough sales, and so it had to get cut from the menu. But that was one where people could call in like a week ahead of time or 2 weeks ahead of time, like, hey, I'm coming up from Madison, or I'm coming over from Minnesota when we get our big travelers. And then they would order their sinigang then so that they could get it. So it kind of reminded me of what you were saying with the special, the curry special, and getting that kind of by request, right? What are you looking at?
Oh, all the little clever things that were written here on the menu. It was kind of fun. Okay, this is I don't.
So we do, like, menus do have to have disclaimers when you have like different like raw things. Like whenever you see like even a burger place, if you get your burger ordered rare, like they have to make disclaimers on it, right? So our menu has the same disclaimers, but
You should read it. You're much better at reading than I am.
I like to read. You're good at reading. I've got a teacher voice. Consuming raw or undercooked meats, seafood, shellfish, or eggs may increase your risk of foodborne illness, especially in the elderly, very young, pregnant women, or if you have an ongoing medical condition. We would also like to point out that eating solid food may increase your risk of choking, walking upright may increase your risk of falling, and it is possible to drown in a glass of water. I'm not quite sure on that one, but again, just like the trip, we're not trying to take ourselves too seriously here. Just putting things out there and trying to have a little bit of fun with it. And so I hope that as you read through our menu, you do notice the bits of fun that we like to have as well.
It's also great, too, when I hear servers just reading it for the first time and they've been here for a little bit. But, all cool things. Trying to think, is there anything else in here that is cleverly hidden?
No, but you could read the description of the trip.
Oh, okay. The Manila Cultural Vacation. Gather up to 3 of your favorite traveling companions and join Marlo, Patricia, Evelyn, and Reginald on a 7-day, all-expenses-paid trip to Manila. Patricia and Marlo will guide you through a tour of the finest restaurants, beautiful sights, and even have an opportunity to meet and greet with a number of local personalities. Trip includes meals, flights, bag transfers, ground transportation, and hotel stays.
So look at that.
That's like first class too.
We take care of everything.
$35,000, $35,100.
Come on, guys.
Let's go.
Let's go is right. I do enjoy that baggage transfer is taken care of.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an aside, but one time we had his family arranged for us to go we went to the island of Palawan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to make sure I got the right trip going on. We went to the island of Palawan, and we you have to take a boat to get to this island. And so we got in line with everyone else. We waited in line forever, and we had Evelyn with, not Reginald yet, just Evelyn. And it's hot. It's hot, and you're standing and you're waiting and everything, and we make it all the way through. Turns out, we found out at a different time, but on the way back there was a private chartered boat for us ready to go that his family had arranged for us. So I'm telling you, when we say everything is taken care of, everything will be taken care of. So on the way back, we didn't have to stand in line at all. We didn't wait. We walked straight up to our private boat. It was not too hot. It was wonderful. And so when we say incredible, outrageous. That was the word you were using.
Outrageous.
Outrageous. It will be outrageous. It'll be amazing, and we'll take care of you. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. Let's see here. With Quaresma, Lent season,
Yes.
a couple big days coming up. Palm Sunday. Oh, we should have done something with that. How it's celebrated there.
Oh my goodness, it's so big there. Like
Yeah. Holy Week is
holy
shutdown week in the Philippines because
Holy Week.
it's very religious community
Yeah.
in Manila, especially because that's where more of the larger, churches and stuff are.
I don't know how it'll be with COVID, of course.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, give yourself the favor of like just Googling Manila, Philippines,
Holy
Week, and you will like the pictures you'll see of like people just carrying all of these litters and altars, and it's amazing. And all the crowds and the people in the street, and even like the crucifixions, not like legit,
Not legit, but
but like people will sacrifice their. Ugh. Anyways, I won't go into it. Google it because it's interesting.
yeah, we'll have to bring that up again in another Manila Beat segment. It just didn't come across my mind with everything that's going on with Baby. So hopefully she'll be here soon. And tonight, it's 9:11 right now.
We got time.
A few more hours. But yeah, we can't wait to keep you guys posted and let you know what takes place when she comes, how she's going to be, what her name is, and to name any winners out there that picked that date. So we'll see.
And like our birth stories are always pretty good. So we're hoping for another really good birth story out of this one.
Yeah, those could be separate episodes in themselves. Maybe we'll do a segment on just that. So
Yeah. So that if people are like, wait, I did not come for all of this information.
Right.
I came for
we'll
the
just
Manila
keep it
Beat.
separate. Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll wrap things up here. First Fridays again is coming up here very quickly. April 2nd will be the next one here in downtown Oshkosh. Be sure to follow Downtown Oshkosh on Facebook and on the website to see what's happening now. See what I did there? That's our slogan. What's happening now. But yeah, the first Fridays that we're going to be having here will be featuring Andy Mertens on upright bass and Scott Dirks on guitar. It's going to be a nice little jazz duo again here on a Friday night. And our very own Belle will be showcasing her artwork. Shout out to Belle. She does some really fantastic artwork. I don't know where she'll be, but last time that she was here last month for First Fridays, she was bartending, so she was able to interact with the guests that she had at the bar, and she got some artwork sold, so
That's awesome.
it's always pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we're very much looking forward to getting that going and being a part of that, and hopefully more businesses are going to be participating this next coming month, so.
Yeah, it's just a fun way to get people back out into the community when they're feeling safer, and restaurants and businesses have had time to perfect the different, social distancing and the different
sure.
ways to keep people safe,
Yeah.
to entice people to come out in a safe way. So I think it's a nice way to introduce people into the community, and artists can have their work seen again, right?
Yeah. No, I saw some of our musician friends, posting like, "Oh, I just booked a gig." Like,
a big deal.
They're getting back into it, and
Yeah.
and it just changes so much when you have the interaction between live music, the musicians, and it just changes and enhances everything that's around you, So, well, we love it. It's very much a part of who we are here at Manila, and we can't wait to get them back here.
Exactly.
All right.
Did
Well,
you see me just stifle that yawn there, right there at the end? Like, oh,
good. Nice.
I need to go to bed.
Yeah. It's getting to be that time. But yeah, we're going to be taking a little bit of a break. Won't be too long, but we're going to wait until baby girl comes here soon. So you guys will be one of the first ones to know. We'll post it on our pages and website and share all the news with you because you guys have been great. Thanks again for following and listening to us on whatever platforms you are listening to us. I just talked to the crew and asked them, what they used to listen to podcasts, and I got different answers every time. So
Still working on streamlining or getting out to all
Yeah.
of them or whatever it is that we're going to do to help people get like all of this information. Mostly like I love all the Oshkosh, the Osh talk with like the Oshkosh updates.
sure.
But, you know, I think getting like these peeks into different restaurants, and even if I had, you know, we learned so much about, you know, Chris's restaurant, and it's just really fun to
And
get the behind the scenes.
Josh Drummel's.
Yep, his restaurant too. So I just like that part. And then because I think that, especially with things that are going on in the news right now, I think it's really important to keep teaching about culture.
Yeah.
And with Filipino culture being an Asian culture, and not a lot of people know a lot about it, I think that the more that we can keep doing on educating people in an open, friendly format, I think is doing a world of good. So I love what you're doing here, and I love that you keep it relevant and up to date, and you can get all of these updates because you upload it so quickly. So thanks for all of that.
I'm trying to upload it quickly, as fast as our home internet will allow us to, but
Is that
it's getting better. So,
good?
well,
All right.
thanks again for listening, and we look forward to seeing you again soon with some good news with the next episode coming up. And yeah, be good. We'll catch you guys soon.
Bye.